few buildings over on the left side of the boat. We're going to start with this gray limestone covered building with the round domed temple on the rooftop. There's a curved wall there facing the Lasalle Bridge, and just below the rooftop you see a whole row of beautiful Greek Corinthian columns. This is the London House Chicago. It's an example of the Beaux-Arts style. Beaux-Arts gets its name from the École des Beaux-Arts, or the School of Fine Arts in Paris, which was the world's leading architecture school for many decades in the late 1800s, the early 1900s. And in the United States, some people have called the Beaux-Arts style the American version of the French version of the Romans version of Greek architecture. So the roots of Beaux-Arts go all the way back to ancient Greece. You certainly see that with that temple on the rooftop, which they call the cupola today, that row of Greek Corinthian columns. When we come out from under the bridge, you're going to be able to see the monumental entranceway facing the bridge that has a Roman arch over it, more of those Greek Corinthian columns. This began its life as an office building. It was the North American headquarters of a London-based shipping insurance company. But about 6 years ago, it was redeveloped, restored, and converted into a boutique hotel. So today it's known as the London House Chicago Hotel. You can see that entranceway now up above the 4th floor there. You have these two carved griffins, or winged lions, kind of guarding the entranceway to that building. And when it was converted to a hotel, there was a small piece of vacant land next to it, so the architects who did the restoration, Getch Partners, added a contemporary glass-walled addition. We have kind of these sawtoothed balconies projecting out of the side of the building. That's now the main entrance and the reception area for the hotel. And up ahead of us on the left, we're going to see one more Beaux-Arts style building. It also has a round domed temple above its central tower for smaller domed temples around the four corners of the office block. This one is 35 East Wacker from 1926. The architects were Yaver and Dinkelberg. This building is also covered with terracotta on the exterior. Those four corner temples were originally designed to beautify as well as conceal water tanks that were part of the fire suppression system for the building in the 1920s. Frederick Dinkelberg, who designed this building, worked for Daniel Burnham as a designer for a time, and for our New Yorkers back there, he designed the Flatiron Building in New York City, a famous landmark in Manhattan. At the just below this building, along the riverfront here, we have this outdoor cafe with these red umbrellas, and just to the right of that, it opens up into a small plaza. That's the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Plaza in Chicago, and this is where the downtown portion of Chicago's Riverwalk begins. The Riverwalk downtown covers 6 blocks. Each section of the Riverwalk goes between two of these massive bridges. The passageways underneath the bridges was the biggest challenge in completing a pedestrian walkway downtown. So all of the passageways beneath these bridges in the central business district are all built out over the riverbed rather than along the riverbank, because these bridge foundations are so massive there was no way to tunnel through them along the riverbank. And up ahead of us on the left, we see another tall building. This one has a triangular-shaped rooftop, these kind of silver reflective glass walls. It looks like a bit of a Greek temple on the rooftop of this building. This is 77 West Wacker from 1992, designed by a Catalan architect named Ricardo Bofill. This is an example of the postmodern style. Postmodernists kind of reacted against the simplification of buildings that modernists had done. They kind of snarkily changed that expression, less is more, into the phrase they use, less is more. So on this building, Bofill is bringing back references to ancient architectural traditions. That triangular rooftop is we call it a pediment, very familiar to us from the Parthenon in Greece, as well as ancient Roman and Greek temples. So this is an example of how an architect in the 1990s could incorporate some classical traditions from architecture's long, many thousand-year history into a contemporary office building. And just as we come out from under this next bridge, over on our left, we're going to see another gray limestone covered building. This one looks like a giant chair or a throne along the riverfront. This is the Lasalle Wacker building from 1930, designed by Hollenberg and Root.